Hello everybody and welcome back to another redistricting video. Today we will be looking at a good amount of maps. There's a lot of maps that we have not checked in on since it's been a while since we made a YouTube video. The last one we did was about Colorado. And ever since Colorado, there's been a lot. We've had Montana, Idaho, Utah, what else? Let's just check up here. Montana, Idaho, Utah, there was Iowa, North Carolina, and Alabama. So we have a little bit to talk about, so let's just get straight into it. First off, let's talk about Idaho. Nothing happened in Idaho. I mean, let's just zoom in. There's this little area right here. You see Boise right there, that little area? That gets chopped off. This, you see that? That gets chopped off. That's the only change. The numbers really don't change that much. Ross Fulcher goes from 43 to 46, and Mike Simpson goes from 30 to 27. That's it. I mean, that's literally it. There's not significant change with Idaho, so we're not going to talk about Idaho. I'm also not going to really talk about Alabama. Is Alabama gerrymandered? Yes, it's gerrymandered. I mean, you could just see how these lines are really strategically drawn to get to the big cities of Alabama, which is Birmingham and Montgomery. And that's Terry Sewell's video. I don't know. I'm not going to try and say it. But, you know, we can show you the changes anyways, because that's what we do on every map. So, Jerry Carl's, the first district went from R plus 32 to R plus 32, so it stayed the same. The second district, Barry Moore, R plus 33 to R plus 34, so he gets a little bit more of an advantage. Mike Rogers' district, R plus 35, goes to R plus 39. Which one's the fourth one? Rob Adderholt's district goes from R plus 66 to R plus 65, so he's still safely winning. Mo Brooks' district goes from R plus 32 to R plus 32, so it stays the same. Gary Palmer, R plus 42 to R plus 36. And then Terry's district goes from D plus 39 to D plus 29. So she does lose a little bit, but I mean, it's still not that big of a difference to the point where Republicans are going to be able to flip that seat in Alabama. So let's move on from that. So there really isn't that many significant changes. You could see the second district, Marionette Miller Meeks district. They changed the numbers up a little bit in Iowa, so stay calm with me here. Marionette Miller Meeks went from R plus 5 to R plus 4. Ashley Hinton up here, R plus 4, as you can see, to R plus 6. Down here, Sydney Yanks, R plus 2 to same with R plus 2. And then, of course, Iowa's 4th district, Randy Feenstra, R plus 28 to R plus 27. So, I mean, that's the only real difference there. Nothing much changed in Iowa. You know, yes, there's a lean one now, but it's not really. It's a competitive seat still. It's only one away from competitive. Now, I want to talk about Utah. There is a lot of changes in Utah, and it's specifically referring to Burgess Owens district, the 4th district. So if you look at the old map, R plus 15. Now, R plus 15 is really the closest you can get to being safe. But Burgess goes from R plus 15 to R plus 31. That's really the only main issue in this new map. We can do the district by district. Utah's first, Blake Moore, R plus 37 to R plus 29. The second district of Chris Stewart, R plus 22 to R plus 23. The third district, John Curtis's district, R plus 31 to R plus 26. And then R plus 15 to R plus 31. That's the only real difference. And it is a big difference if you consider it, because if you check out the congressional numbers. So you can see right here, Burgess Owens only won this seat by 1 point, and it was R plus 15. Now, Burgess Owens is pretty much safe in the next election. He will most likely win if he decides to run. If we check out in 2022, we go to District 4. He hasn't announced he's running for re-election yet, but chances are he might. Nick Huey's also one of the guys running in this election, and he's like really famous on TikTok right now. So, yeah, that's his district. Utah's 4th district basically takes up the southern part of Salt Lake City, and yeah. Now, the maps that I left behind that I specifically want to get a lot to. First off, let's do Montana, because Montana is one of the states that gained a congressional district. They used to only have one district. Here it is. Their at-large district was 20. Now, they have a new one, and I think Montana did a very good job at keeping it at least a little bit competitive. R plus 10, it's competitive. A Democrat definitely does have a chance at winning with this line right here. And yeah, that's basically all I gotta say. Matt Rosendale basically just has more of an advantage in the 2nd district now, with R plus 30. And we're gonna see right now, I think in the 1st district, Ryan Zink is running. So you can see here, this is for the 1st district. Ryan Zink, he was the at-large congressional member before he became the Secretary of Interior. He's running for the seat. On the Democrat side, you got a ton of other candidates who are going to fight, but right now Monica Tranel has a lot more endorsements. So yeah, that's all I got to say with Montana, but I just wanted to include it because I think it's really cool now that Montana is one of those states that has 2 districts instead of 1 district now. So I thought that was pretty cool. But North Carolina, there's a ton of problems. If you wanted to be fair, I'm just going to say this. The governor of North Carolina is Roy Cooper, and Roy Cooper is a Democrat. He has no control over the redistricting process. The two legislative houses, the Senate and the House in North Carolina, are Republican. And you can see right here, the North Carolina State Senate and House approved this map because it doesn't need the approval of Roy Cooper. Look at this map. And now look at the old map. You can see it. You can see a difference. This is not with any analysis. You can see a major difference. And you can see how these lines are strategically drawn to make a lot of it competitive. So the one I really want to talk about, let's talk about the 2nd district, this district right here. Well, it's now the 1st district, but G.K. Butterfield's district. Now, a Republican definitely has a chance at winning in this election. So you can see that Butterfield won by a significant amount against Sandy Smith. And right now, if you look at the new map, it's competitive. I mean, it's a +1 advantage. That basically means anyone has a chance against this incumbent who's been serving since 2004. But you could just look at all of the problems. You look at this bar tracker right here. And there were 4 safe Democrats, 1 lean Democrat, 2 lean Republicans, and that is 6 safe Republican. Now, there's 2 safe Democrat, 1 competitive, 2 lean Republican, and the rest are safe Republican. That is a major difference. That is a really, really big difference. So, once again, we're going to do this on a district-by-district basis. Starting off with G.K. Butterfield, D plus 7, D plus 1. We already know that. Let's go to the 2nd district right here, Deborah K. Ross's district. D plus 26 to now D plus 25. So that one doesn't have that many changes. But the fact is, a lot of her district was taken from her. Not as much as David Price's district, which went from D plus 31 to D plus 42. But you can just see, how the lines strategically are changed to make the 2nd district more competitive. And it is completely legal, unfortunately. And it gives the Republicans a much bigger advantage. But, so we talked about these districts. Let's talk about this district right here, Gregory Murphy's district, the 3rd district, R plus 26 to R plus 18. So, boom, he gets an even better advantage, has a greater chance at winning re-election. David Rouser, R plus 21, I think. Is that what it said? Yeah, R plus 21. And now it's R plus 20. This one right here, Richard Hudson's R plus 10 in North Carolina goes to, where is it? Where is he? There he is. R plus 26. So you can just see, look at how he went from here to up here. Dan Bishop's there right now. And that's Dan Bishop's original district. So he basically took over most of Hudson's district. And they put Hudson in a place where he actually lives, which is probably like around here. Which is how he was able to be in this spot. And they made it safer for him. Charlotte, Alma Adams. You know, Charlotte's a Democrat city, and they made it more safe blue. I mean, you could just see they basically encompass the entire city of Charlotte into this one Democrat little stronghold that they have in that city, because Democrats tend to hold on to cities. Patrick McHenry, right here, he goes from R plus 40 to R plus 60. Now, he does drop a little, but that's because right here, Virginia Fox, R plus 39, R plus 16, and she drops too. But then again, gets rid of Kathy Manning's district, which you can see on the old map is right here, because now Greensboro is all Republican because of all these districts that meet up here. Because this district, Virginia Fox's district, takes over all of this area, which is Republican, and then traps Greensboro, which is Democrat area, which is why it's R plus 16. Matthew Cawthorn's district, and, you know, he's probably the most famous congressman from this area. He went from the tip, North Carolina, and now all of a sudden he's entrapped right there. Right there. And then this one's open because North Carolina is another state that gained a congressional district. But they have 2 open seats because one of the seats was taken from Kathy Manning. So obviously there are major problems with this map, and it is actually going to court, I think. Yes, a group of North Carolina citizens have filed a lawsuit in state court. Plaintiffs argue that the new congressional map is partisan gerrymander in violation of the state's constitutional guarantees of free elections, equal protection under the law, freedom of speech, and freedom of assembly. So what do you think is going to happen with this map? Do you think it'll stay? It most likely will. That lawsuit isn't going to go anywhere, most likely. And this is where we're at. So right now, 1/3 of states have their congressional maps. And right now, it is looking like there will be no real equal states. Colorado is a state that did not gerrymander. Iowa basically didn't gerrymander. A lot of these states did. And we're going to see what these final states have. As you can see, a lot of them have proposed maps. And we're going to see what happens with these proposed maps in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As you know, we do these a lot, at least once a week. Once new maps come out, we will make a new video, but right now we got Washington with a proposed map, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma. Arkansas took back their map, which is very interesting. Florida, Georgia, Virginia, Maryland, Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, New York, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. So we'll talk about those once they get approved. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.